And lest we get on our high horse and think this is unique to some other place, remember that during the Crusades and the Inquisition, people committed terrible deeds in the name of Christ. In our home country, slavery and Jim Crow all too often was justified in the name of Christ.
All right, there he is, the devout Christian in the White House, ladies and gentlemen. Just ask him. Walter E. Williams, distinguished economist at George Mason University, syndicated columnist, and, of course, you know him from the Rush Limbaugh Show, joins us. Hello, sir. Good to talk to you again.
Hey, good afternoon, Steve.
All right, so you wrote a great piece that I saw at townhall.com where you called The Cancer of Multiculturalism. And you say that, Barack Obama is the product of someone who's been brainwashed by multiculturalism, and you go on to say that attacking Christianity is at the heart, the very heart of multiculturalism. I think that's a fascinating take. Explain.
Well, I think that when you want people to have their allegiance to government, well, you want to break down their allegiance to the church, and you want to break down their allegiance to the family. And this is why we've seen over the last several decades such an attack on the church and on the family, because people just, these people who want to control our lives, they want to break that allegiance. They want the allegiance to be to government. And they don't actually come out and say that, but that's in fact what they want. And people, they act very surprised when Obama gave this talk at the National Prayer Breakfast, stating a kind of moral equivalency between Christianity, or our way of life, and what goes on in the Middle East. That's just plain nonsense. And and that goes on college campuses. And the average American plain does not know that. I mean, it's, in other words, on college campuses, it's considered racist Eurocentrism to think that Western values are superior to other values, and that's just plain stupid. I mean, I've asked some of these people, and they just won't answer. I've asked some of these people, well, do you believe that forcible female genital mutilation, as practiced in 30 countries in the Middle East and Africa, is that a morally equivalent cultural value to ours, or where there's slavery in the Sudan and Nigeria and Mauritania and Gabon and some other places in Africa, is that a moral equivalent? And I think that the thing that we need to recognize, that these people need to recognize, is that Western values are superior to all other values. Now, you do not have to be a Westerner to hold Western values. The only requirement for Western values is that you believe in the sanctity of the individual, that you believe in private property rights, and you believe in limited government and respect for individual rights. And that's what Western values are.
Yeah, and of course, you could throw in the treatment of women, treatment of homosexuals, the whole thing. But you're right, and there has to be an easy answer to that question. But multiculturalism. I mean, if I ask my son, or you ask any school-aged child, if they've gotten that far, is multiculturalism good? Or ask any adult, is multiculturalism good? Of course they're going to say yes. And if you say it's not, then they're going to call you every name in the book.
That's absolutely right. And so I think that we just need to be better informed to be able to argue with these suckers. Like if I were a person, let's say, on the news, and somebody at one of these left-wing news outlets said, well, one culture is just as valuable as another, I would ask him, what do you think about female genital mutilation? Or the marriage of young girls, the girls not even teenagers, the forced marriage of these girls, and the stoning to death of women who commit adultery, and I'm very sure that they would not go along with that, but that's part of the value structure of people in the Middle East.
Right, and that's their unwillingness to tell you the truth and say, oh, of course that's barbaric, it's just like Obama and others saying, well, it's terrorism committed by Islamists or whatever, but it's not Islamic terrorism. It's the same loony bin nonsense. Professor, have a great weekend. Always great to talk to you, sir.
Okay, same to you. Bye.
Thank you. Walter E. Williams, ladies and gentlemen. Check him out at walterewilliams.com. Coming up next, not his brother, but Rob Williams for the Closing Bell Report.